Grappinet.
Yeah.
Not this very point, but the whole budgetary stuff regarding communications. We have put other people in the loop, but of course, at your level, if you are able to mobilize people who could send feedback or share feedback with these people, it might be also influential. The decision is expected to be taken very soon. What I know is that the more people are highlighting that it's important, the more chances we get to have a positive outcome.
You think, because I have a chance, or I don't know if it's a chance or not, but I actually talk twice a week to Christophe for the time being.
Yeah.
So I can refer to the ceremony to which you participated and to the initiative globally. And he knows I'm part of it. Perhaps I can say a small word about it. Really, if you think it does make sense, I can do it. Really.
Yeah, please do. I already contacted Christophe and told him about that. So if he has a second input that says the same, I think it can be another move that would be influential.
Okay. I'll not contact him just for that, but we are scheduled to talk on Thursday, so I'll try to get a chance to introduce the subject with subtlety.
Hopefully. Thanks anyway. And I think, Ineke, I don't know if you have access to Patrice, but if you can...
not anymore, so I can try via, but I don't know whether it helps. No, I don't report to him anymore. It's in Equinsborn now.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
Okay, let's try to do something.
Okay. The next point is the wind lift. And our wind lift, we had two special calls, blockchain instant payment, and we will try to plan a new special call before the end of the year. We have to find a new topic. I saw brainstorming. I think you did brainstorming in February more, and we have some outputs. So we have a basis to find a good topic. And
maybe we can make a top 10 out of those. And
then, can do.
And then decide on top 3 or so, or I don't know, and then ask people if they're still interested.
Yeah, of course, because we need to find, and we need absolutely to have a sponsor for each call.
Yeah.
So, of course, there are the topics we would prefer to see, and out of them, the ones that are coming with some sponsor.
Can be supported, in fact, yes.
Exactly. But of course it will give us a guideline in order maybe to contact people to propose them. Another thing that is being worked on is some kind of packaging of WinLift in order to make it some kind of offering from Win towards people who need to stimulate innovation. So something where we would explain, you need ideas, you need proposals for innovation. We have a process. We have the WinLift booklet. We know how to organize a call. And so here is the way to do that. And so with this kind of packaging, I think it will be easier to contact potential sponsors in order to find support for the next calls. So we have started working on that, and I guess it will be also something we will put on the list of upcoming workshops in order to discuss that together with you.
About the
yes. What was
Yes.
the feedback about these new calls about the blockchain? Typically, no instant payments. I mean, the feedback to instant payments, the candidates we have, may be a good indicator of the feeling about the first step about blockchain. So,
two things on this. First, status of the different calls. For special call on blockchain, we have got the call, the discussions, as you know, and the coaching by the WIN facilitators, WIN facilitators. Then people have performed their pitches, and together with the experts group, best blockchain ideas have been selected. There has been quite a long delay between this selection and feedback to the people, because it was just in late June, early July that the people were officially informed of the outcome. So it has been done quite recently and just at the beginning of the summer. And now the point is for those who have been selected to make sure that everything is fine and that they are still working on that. So we are a bit stuck at this level, and we have the firm intention to get out of that. Regarding instant payments, the situation is a bit different, because instant payment is more a call for ID than a call for projects. So the ideas have been examined together with Winnie Balt and Mark Monet, and some of them have been selected with some feedback, with questions to the ID owners, and so it was just in June. And now we will make sure that everything is going fine with some of them. The ones that have been turned down are also informed. There is a call that is planned to be organized next week, I guess, Winnibald, in order to check the very status of each ID. And so we will come with fresh news very soon to you.
Sorry, I missed some. I don't know any of these steps in June and July. So is it everything is in Blue Kiwi maybe? So that's why I missed something?
No, it's not. No, it's not in Blue Kiwi. This is part of the information we have to make more visible.
Okay, I have a colleague talking about instant payment. I'd like to know about that.
By the way, I will try to include a status on the list of projects you can find on the WinLift application, WinLift platform, so that you can see what is the status or the last known status of each ID. So it's not yet available, but I hope being able to release that in a few days or weeks. But you are right, we need to publish in the Win member community the status of each of these projects and calls.
So in terms of next step, I suggest putting in back in place weekly call after the point between Inbol and Denis, and maybe we can improve. We will see if it's necessary to improve the process and the current documentation. I saw we have a WinLift booklet, and so maybe there are some improvement to do. We will see. Maybe you have some idea of improvement in mind. Do not hesitate to send us, and maybe we will organize a dedicated workshop.
Yeah.
Okay. The next point is the innovation survey. With Denis, we want to assess the online innovation culture to get the perception of online employees over innovation management and WIN, of course. So I don't know if you have seen my post in Blue Kiwi in the WIN member community. I sent the methodology we will follow. It's the 6 building blocks of innovation. It is made by Boston University, and if you have 5 minutes, you will see you can see the video presentation. There is a link in my post, and it's very it seems very good and very interesting. So we prepare with Denis an online survey based on this approach, and we are sending this survey to a sample of employees, and the first sample is more or less is 100 people worldwide. So we will see the answers, and we will do a restitution. And if we have a sponsor in online, maybe we will extend this survey and deploy it to all employees. But before we have to check, and we will come to you to show some results. Denis, do you want to add something or complete?
No, I think it's the point for that is to enable us to measure a little more what we are doing and the effect of what we are doing. I guess the more indicators we have, the more we will be able to leverage them in order to to highlight the need for some actions, or maybe and hopefully the positive effect of actions we have already done or we are doing. So that's why this kind of survey could be useful. On the long run, it might be a way to measure continuously, or at least once a year, how people perceive what we are doing, or the global state of innovation culture in Worldline. So that's why we could have something like a panel of people that we would send a questionnaire every once a year, changing progressively the content of the panel, but the number of people, but having the same people at least 2 years in a row, in order to see whether there is an evolution or not. It's very difficult to perform surveys in a population of about 10,000 people, because if you want to minimize the statistic error, more or less you have to survey almost all the people. So it's not always easy to do that, but if we don't do anything, we have no feedback at all.
Okay. Do you have any comment or motion? I tried to find a current innovation survey in the company, but I didn't find anything. Just an approach named Trust 2020, and there is just one question in a survey about innovation. So I I meet the team in charge of sustainability topics, and they seem interested by our approach. So it could be good support and to do the innovation service, and maybe we can obtain a sponsor to support our initiative. In the agenda, we have several more subjects. We have the WIN membership charter, Innovation Day, Innovation Seat ID cards, and local events. For the WIN membership charter, I met donc the last version V2, and today we have a final version of the charter, and I don't know well the status of the charter. Maybe some of you can tell me. What I understand is the charter is ready, and every WIN member need to approve it. But I don't know who approved it up to now. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No? Remember the charter?
Yeah, I remember the charter. I don't remember if I have signed.
Okay.
Sorry. I have to get back to it.
Okay. Denis, I don't know, to obtain the agreement, what would be the best way? An email or?
Yeah. As soon as someone says they are fine with the charter, it's maybe we could have also something signed with blood, but but I guess we can be okay with just a simple email.
No, that's the one pager that is on the SharePoint site.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
As an award, we receive a badge. That's right.
Yes.
And a sticker.
And a sticker.
It was the approach of.
Okay, so I don't have them, so it means that I don't have agreed with the charter yet. Okay, thank you. We have a look again because I know the charter.
And if you not only agree with the charter, but also promote it, you might get a T-shirt.
Well,
Or
an extra status, extra position.
So I don't have a T-shirt. I feel frustrated. But
Okay. I will work on that.
I'm sure you will. Okay.
Okay. The Innovation Day, you did a workshop in the past, and I found an agenda, a proposal of agenda for the Innovation Day, and due to travel freeze, I understood that the Innovation Day did not occur. So it could be interesting to try to plan it this year or next year as soon as possible.
Yeah, we want to reschedule it. And maybe put it back on the table. And we are also refining the audience. I guess it's important to keep that. So the target audience we had in mind was managers and unit delegates, as mentioned in the slide. But the more we discuss that, the more I'm convinced that we should target primarily product and offering managers, portfolio managers, people who are very concerned with injecting innovation in what they are managing as part of the offerings of or know-how of Worldline. So maybe it could change the way we take this innovation day. We discussed that a little together with Fabrice a couple of days ago. And so, okay, we will come back to that. What's interesting, I guess, out of that is the share that there is a need for giving more background on what stimulating innovation is about as part of product management and or offering management or something like that, and also invite people to get more aware of that and to put it in practice for what they are doing. And of course, we have still the idea. It might be that one or another to have this event as a possible support for the Win Award ceremony, which was the initial idea.
I think the other thing we probably need to think about, because unfortunately travel bans affected it, is how much of this we could do as an online event, and just pull that in, because we're losing the opportunity. And as a sort of business unit manager, you know, I'm looking to innovation to develop new products for next year that hit the market needs. So it, as well as being a WIN member, it's important to me as a recipient of this as well. And I just wonder, you know, if we should be looking at more online events, simply because we know a fact of life is going to be the travel ban, you know, throughout. It's just there, and getting so many people to attend, you know, physically is going to be difficult. Whereas if it's a virtual online event, it's basically asking people for a couple of hours of their time to join the sessions that they feel are going to be most valuable to them.
Mm-hmm. How many people are we talking about? Hundreds?
Hundreds without the S. I guess. No, I think we are. It can be, of course, variable. But if you look at the population of product or offering managers, I guess we are speaking of a figure between 50 and 100. By the way, it's not easy to find such a list. We are struggling to identify the people. We have some input already, but it's not easy. Mm-hmm. There is not clearly a community of people like that identified in the company, and so, but more or less the figure should be around between 50 and 100. Mm-hmm. Of course, the target of such content could be much wider, as pointed out by Paul. And I agree with that we definitely should have something that is available in maybe smaller pieces, online pieces, or maybe local pieces. We could also think of having sessions organized locally, maybe shorter ones, with people who are from the site, in order to keep the physical part of the event that enables people to chat together and exchange better than you can do over an online meeting. So there are maybe many possibilities to do with that. Maybe we were focused too early on one innovation day as a physical event somewhere in the company. Maybe we should reconsider the whole thing as small pieces, as I just said, and looking with this different angle, find new ways of delivering it. Any comments?
Well, other than I agree, because I think the other bit I would raise is that maybe each of us needs to look at who the target audience would be in each of our countries, because if we take the point it's been difficult to find out who should attend, you know, maybe it's up to us to find out in each area who we think, you know, should be coming to these sessions. And I could certainly do that for the UK, and sort of cover that sort of breakdown of the type of people that comes across, as you said there, you know, including product managers, several experts, as well as the business development side.
I agree. And clearly, if we start, maybe the mistake I made about that from the very beginning was to consider the result rather than the target. And so if we refocus on the target, finding out what kind of people we would like to present this, and after that deciding how we want to deliver that, we will probably be much more efficient.
And sorry to sort of go on, but because I've seen recent sort of communication coming from the exec, very much about, you know, the sort of landing for the second half of this year and the budget and revenue targets for next year, then the whole point is, in order to achieve those targets, as we've demonstrated, you know, innovation is key, and that was the starting point, I think, of the first slide in this. You know, to achieve where Worldline wants to go as a business, we need to innovate in different ways, and I think there's a hook into the recent correspondence, you know, trying to sort out budgets and everything, and our revenue targets. And it made me feel, going back to the Win Award winners, you know, where have they progressed since winning that award? Obviously, this year's is just recent, but again, these are contributions to the business, and let's recognise that.
All right. Anyone else?
No. So as a conclusion, we need to think about that list and make the list per country.
Yeah.
To see what and do we have already a basis from earlier events?
No, we had no earlier events like that, but we have a first list. I compiled when I tried figuring out who are the product managers in the company. So maybe this list could be discussed and extended and probably corrected, because it's very heuristic, and maybe we can also find other sources. I know that Fabrice has already contacted the French HR in order to find out who are the people with such profile, and we can do that elsewhere.
Okay, clear. Yeah.
Okay. Move on. We are running out of time, but the last subject, it's innovation site ID cards. This subject has been open in the past, and I just put the last slide I found about it. Donc, the objective is to get the key information about innovation by site, and to find easily the suitable people. And
Fabrice, I see that people need to leave. Some of them have constraints, so maybe we can just overlook this slide and go rapidly over the other ones. I guess there is one more before the conclusion. Yeah, okay. This is the list of interesting links, so nothing to add. So we will conclude now. We will come back to the last slide next time, and of course share the presentation. So thank everyone for being there. I hope we will, with the arrival of Fabrice, we'll be able to start over the functioning of WIN much better than we did during the last months. And I hope you will have also a good post-holiday period. I don't know if we say rentrée in English.
It makes me hungry now thinking of entrees, but yes. And thank you very much for Fabrice for your first session as well.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye. Talk to you soon.
Created with free version for non-commercial use.